So everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So today we are going to discuss about what are all the data models we have, and what is the difference between reuse mode and flex mode in that. Okay, first let me show you what is a data model. So we discussed the theory part till like change request type and the workflow, right? So tomorrow we are going to create a like a CR, and we are going to assign a workflow, and we'll do the practice session tomorrow with the server. So today I'm going to explain you about what are all the data models we have, and what's the difference between them, and what's the difference between reuse and flex mode. Okay. So just give me a minute. I'm just logging into my system. Okay. So I'm just going to the T code MDG IMG. And here we have the general settings. In this, we have data modeling, UI modeling, data quality search, process modeling, right? So till now we have discussed about process modeling. In that, we have discussed what are all the business activities we have, like the change request we have, and the workflow. Those all we have discussed. So now we are going to discuss data modeling. So here in MDG, as we discussed earlier, we have master data related to material, business partner. In that business partner, we have supplier, customer, and then we have the financial master data and other master data related to retail and fashion management. So for each data, master data, we have data models. Okay, so if you want to maintain any master data, you have to have a data model for that particular master data. So the standard data models we have are here, you can find. So all these, when you import, like when you start the MDG in your system, it will not be there, all these data models. So you have to do the out of the box configuration, and then you will get the data models and everything related to MDG. Okay. So here we have the standard data models like MM is for material. Okay. Next we have BP. This is the standard data model we have for business partner. So in this BP only, we can create the supplier and the vendor. Okay. So we have OG. This is for financials, and this is for chart of accounts, and some other custom they have created in this system. We can create our own custom data model as well. So let's say in your client, if you have a like employee related master data you have. So further they want to maintain, like they want to follow the MDG process. So in that case you can create your own data model, and you can do the governance process for that. Okay. So first, as we are mainly focusing on the material master data, let's discuss what are all the um, objects we have in the data model. Okay. So first, in MDG we will have the data models, right? Okay. Data model for each master data. Okay. So what is a data model? So a data model is a set of entity types. It is a set of entity types and the relation between the entity types. Okay. Relationship between entity types. Okay. So for in MDG, we have standard data models. Those are standard data models like BP, OG for finance, and other data models also we have. But mainly we use the data model, BP and OG. Okay. So if you want to create your own data model, you can create it using the MDG IMG T code. There you will find in the general settings. In that you will find the data modeling and edit data model. Okay, so you can use this path and you can create your own data models. Now, what is a entity type? So it is nothing but a table. Okay, so it will have the structure of your data model. So whatever the fields you want, so entity type will have the attributes. Okay, so entity type is nothing but a structure or uh, like that you can say, and these attributes are nothing but fields in the structure. Okay, so we have different types of entity types. We have four types of entity types. Four types of entity types we have. So those are type 1 entity, that is changeable via change request. And we have type 2 entity and type 3. Oh, give me a minute. Okay, so next is type 4. The first one is type 1 is the changeable via change request entity, and it generates the database tables. Okay, next we have type 2 entity, that is changeable without change request, and it generates the check or text tables. Okay, next we have is type 3 entity. Note it down, not changeable via mdg, and it not generates any tables. Okay, so next we have type 4 entity, that is changeable via other entity type. Other entity type, and it generates database tables. Okay, so these are all the type of entity types we have in SAP MDG data model. That is type 1, that is changeable via change request. That means if you maintain your entity type as type 1, that entity attributes you can change with the help of change request. And also this entity type generates the database tables. And next we have type 2, that is changeable without change request. So no change request is required, and it generates the text and check tables. Next we have type 3, that is not changeable via mdg. So if you maintain any entity type as type 3, that you cannot change directly via mdg. Okay, so it is like based on the relationship you maintain, it will take the values. So this will not as we are not able to change it via mdg, it will not generate any tables. Okay, next we have type 4 entity, that is changeable via other entity type, and it generates the database table. So you cannot directly change this type 4 entity, but it is dependent on the other entity type which you um, maintain. So type 4 entity has a one main entity type. Okay, okay, so here let me show you in the system. So here you have data model. So here in the left panel you have entity types. Okay, I am going to click on the entity types. So here we have different uh, entity types for material data model. So here you can see, just click this one, and this is the type. Okay, entity type. So here we have four types of entity types. That is type 1, changeable via change request, changeable without change request, not changeable via MDG, and changeable via other entity type. So for each data model, you will be having one type 1 entity. Okay, so let me show you. The type 1 entity for data model is material. Okay, so this is the main entity type. So material entity type is the main entity type for data model. Okay, and I'm just going to this. Okay, so I just clicked on the this entity type, so you can see what are all the options we have to maintain for like while creating an entity type. So let's say I'm creating an entity type material for data model. So what are all the points I have to keep in mind is, I have to maintain the type of the entity type. So based on our requirement, we have to assign the type. Okay, so here in my case, material is the main entity type, so I want it to be changed by change request, and it has to store the data in the database tables. So in that case, I can give it as type 1 entity, that is changeable via change request. Okay, and here you have validity value, that is addition and no addition. So this one is like, say, if you want to put any validity periods. So let's say for this entity type related data, I want to just put the addition, like validity period from 2024 January to 2025 December I want to put. So that one I can maintain with addition, and I can assign the addition here. Okay. Next is data element. So what is the main key data element for this entity type, you have to maintain here. Okay. Next, is it a hierarchy type? So you can maintain it here, like with the version dependent, or version dependent with not synchronized. This you can maintain. And next is validity for the hierarchy. Next we have the main is key assignment. So we have these different types of key assignments. That is, key cannot be changed. That is, this key value, that whatever the key fields you maintain for the material, that is not cannot be changed, and no internal key assignment. So let's say, so here is we got internal key assignment. So let's see what is an internal assignment and what is external key assignment. Okay, so let's take an example. Okay, one second. So let's take an example. You are creating a CR. Okay, so when you are creating a CR, does the system take the CR number directly, like it gave you the CR number directly, or you gave it manually? Okay, so question is,
CR number directly.
yeah, so it generated directly, right? So that is internal key assignment. So we can maintain the um, interval of the key values, and based on that internal key assignment values, the system will take the numbers, and it will give the it will generate the key values directly. So let's say here, while creating the CR through NWBC, we got the system generates the CR number. So this is internal key assignment. Okay, so if you are when you are creating any record, let's say uh, you are creating an employee. Okay, so in that, you have to give the if manually, if we have to give the employee number manually, then it is external key assignment. Okay. So internal means system will take it automatically, and external is we have to give it manually. Okay. So here you can maintain the key assignment for your entity type, that is key cannot be changed, and no internal key assignment. So there is no internal key assignment. And next is we have B, that is key can be changed and internal key assignment can be possible. Next also we have key can be changed and no internal key assignment, and other is internal key assignment only. So it will directly gives one like CR. Let's take CR. That system will generate the CR number directly, and you cannot change the CR number. Okay. So for other it may be like internal key assignment will be there, but you can change, like the system generates one internal key number, key value, but you can change that if you maintain B key assignment. And next is key can be changed, no internal key assignment. So let's say you created one record with some 12, and then you want to change that to 14. So you can change that value, but no internal key assignment, then you can maintain C. Okay, so these type of key assignments we have, and based on your requirement, you can maintain it. Next is we have to maintain the long like text length details here, and other values like we have structure, and this one it will generate directly, and the deletion. Okay, you can maintain deletion allowed or deletion not allowed also you can maintain. So these are all the objects you have to keep in mind while creating an entity type. Okay, so the main part is what is your entity type, and do you have a validity for that one, and the key assignment for your entity type. Okay, so this one is for creating an entity type, and what are all the entity types we have. Okay, so this is the entity type. That means you have created a structure, but this is like structure name, till structure name it is done, but what are all the fields, like what are all the attributes you want in your entity type. So here this is the material entity type, but in this material entity type we can have multiple attributes, whatever you want you can maintain it. So here we have attributes, right? So you can go to here, and you can maintain the attributes whatever you want in your entity type. So let's take an example. I have a requirement to create a custom data model for employee details. Okay, so in that I can maintain my entity types like employee, one employee entity type, and other address entity type I can maintain. So let me write it here. So custom data model, let's take an example, employee data model. Okay, so in that um, I can design my data model with entity types like employee. So I can put this as type 1 entity, and next is address I can maintain, and other is mm, employee salary I can maintain, and employee what we can say, the performance. So like this I can maintain my entity types, and in this entity type, in employee entity type, I can maintain my attributes like employee number, employee name, and like employee first name, last name, email address. Like this, I can maintain in the employee entity type, and in the address, I can put city, house number, zip code, state, and the country. Like this, I can maintain in address entity type. So like that, in what are all the entity types we want to create, we can create and create the attributes. Like we can assign the attributes to that particular entity type. So here for material entity type, we have these attributes. So let me go to the one which we discussed, material number. So MATNR we have. Okay, so we have like a base unit of measure we have given, right, while creating the material. So this is the base unit of measure, and we have material group, that is MATKL, and material type. This is a mandatory field while creating the material, and we have so many attributes that are related to material entity type. Okay, so like this you can maintain. And here, while maintaining the attributes, what we have here is key field. So if you want to make this attribute as a key field or not, you can mention. If you want to keep it as a key field, then you can just select this button and the data element for this attribute. So for those who are familiar with ABAP, they can understand what is a data element. So a data element is nothing but um, it defines your fields, data type, and label. Okay, so let's take here you have data element BISMT. Okay, so I'm just going to the data model, this one. Sorry, data element. So to go to the data element, we have the T code SC11. Okay, so here in the data type, I am otherwise I'll open the table Mara. So here, if you want to view any table, and what are all the fields you have in this table, you can just
Sadhana, 1 minute. Is
okay.
Keshava joined the call? So can you please from tomorrow's class onwards, today class onwards, can you
Okay.
ask Rushita and Keshava switch
Rushita
on
is
the
in the call.
Keshava also switch on the camera.
Okay, from okay.
They need to be switch on the camera all the time, the entire class.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Rushita, on the
Rushita, are
camera.
you there?
And Keshava, did he awake?
Yes.
Okay, switch on the camera for both of you. So Sadhana and team, today onwards, make sure Keshava join the call on time and
Okay.
his video should be on.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Uh, Rushita, Keshava joined, right? Yeah, okay.
Yes, switch on the video.
Switch on the video, please.
Okay, where is Keshava?
Let me check with Pranit.
Pranit, call him, make him switch on the camera and make him available. Rushita, I can't see you on the video call. Rushita and Keshava must be on video call. Yeah, all the time. You switch on the video all the time. Where is Keshava? Okay, Pranit, make sure every day Keshava join the call on time without delay, and his camera should be on. I'm
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shall I continue? Sir? Keshava turned on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we. Okay. So let me go to the table. So let's go to the table Mara. Okay. So here in Mara table we have many fields. So for this particular field, uh, we can define the data type based on the data element here. So for MATNR we have the data element MATNR. So let's go to this data element MATNR. So the data element holds the data type. So it holds like the domain. So you can directly give the data type using the built-in type for your data element, or you can define one domain. Okay. So for MATNR, it has a domain MATNR. So this will hold the data type and the length for that particular data element. So here for material number, we have the data type character and the length is 40. Okay. So, and also we can give the field labels for data element. So here you can go to the field label and we have different like with based on the length, we have the field labels. Okay. So these data elements you have to give in your attributes, like while creating the attributes, you can give the data element here. Okay. And you can maintain if it is a required entry field, you can maintain it here, like you can click on the checkbox. And other like for currency related fields you can maintain it here. And any search help, if you want for that one you can maintain it here. And the description. Okay. So next, for each entity type, you can maintain the attributes using this attributes path, and here you can maintain all this with the like here. If we go to change, you will have an option called new entries. So you can click on the new entries button, and you can create your own attributes here. Okay. So next. Okay. So for each data model, we have two different types of modes in SAP MDG. So types of data model modes, we have reuse, and flex mode. Okay, so what is reuse and what is flex we'll discuss today. So uh, for material creation, through normal we are creating material through mm01 t code, and whenever you create any material it is directly getting stored in the mara table, like the mara, marc, and all those standard database tables, it is getting stored, right? But when you create material through mdg, first you are creating a change request, and once the cr is activated successfully, it stores the material in SAP database tables, that is Mara, Marcy, like that. Okay, so to till CR process, the data will be in the staging tables, right? So once the CR is activated, I already told you it will go to the active tables for material. So how it will directly go to the active tables like Mara and Marcy is based on the reuse mode. Okay. So for our data model it is a reuse mode. So that's why when the CR is activated successfully, the data will be sent from staging tables to active tables using the reuse mode. So here if you see, for data model we have a active area for each, like when you maintain the data model you will be having a field called active area. So here for data model we have the active area material. So if you maintain active area here, that means your data model is reuse mode. So based on this active area, it will store the data in the active tables. So how it will store the data in the active tables is, so here you have the active area, right, material, and in the left side panel you have reuse active areas. So if you select your data model and go to the reuse active areas, you can find the active area maintained here. Okay, so for active area material we have the description, that is material master for mm01 mm03 in active area, and we have a access class. So this is the main um, access class. This is the, using this access class it will store the data from staging tables to active tables once the CR is activated successfully. Okay, so for each active area you can maintain the access class, and for data model you will be having a access class, and based on this access class your data will move like will be stored in the active tables once the CR is activated. Okay, so here reuse mode we have active area, and with the access class the data will be uh, moved from staging tables to active tables. Okay, so next is we have flex mode. Okay, so what is flex mode? Like with the word only you can understand flex means that is just for a temporary. So when you create any CR, the data during that process, throughout the CR process, the data will be in the staging table, right? As we all know that it will be in the staging tables. So if your data model is flex data model, then you have to do the next steps on your own to move the data from staging tables to active tables. So it will not directly stores the data from staging table to active table. So when your CR is activated successfully, if your data model is flex data model, then um, do you have to move your data from staging tables to active tables with your own logic. For reuse mode, with the active area concept, with the access class help, it will directly store the data into active tables from staging tables. Okay. So the standard data model in SAP, which uses flex mode, is finance data model, financial data model, that is OG. So this is the data model which uses the flex mode. Why? Because the financial data records may change frequently. So that's why we use the flex mode for this one. But these MM and BP, we use the reuse mode. Okay. So any doubts in this one? So if you want to use like if you want to make your data model as reuse data model, then you have to maintain the active area for your data model. Okay. So based on that active area only, it will take the access class and it will perform the actions to store the data from staging tables to active tables. Okay. Any doubts here? So everyone maintaining your notes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ruchita and Keshava, your video is again turned off.
Sadhna,
Yes, Neha.
is there any specific reason why for finance we are using flex mode?
Yeah.
Because
So, mm,
it's easier to maintain reuse and then at back end everything will happen, right?
yes, but
Yeah.
for the financial data, we use the concept called editions. Okay. So, and also the financial data is like it will change frequently, right? So that is the main reason we
Okay.
use the flex mode. So for financial data, you have a concept called edition. So you have to maintain the edition. It is a mandatory. So you have to maintain a period, like let's say 2024 to uh,
Like validity
20.
period sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to maintain the validity periods, and because of that, it uses the flex mode.
Okay.
But for BP and MM in the standard, we don't have any mandatory edition. So that's why they use the reuse mode. Okay. So
Thank you.
yeah. Any more doubts? Okay. Yeah, so our key assignment same like number ranges. Number ranges define which numbers can be used, while key assignment decides which number range to use based on rules like material. Yeah, defines key assignment assigns range to specific groups like window assign. Okay. So Shrujana, is your question answered here? I think Harsha answered your question.
Yes, I got that, Sadhna.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you want to make your data model as reuse, then you have to maintain active area. Okay. So here only, while creating your data model, you have to maintain the active area for your data model. So based on that active area, it will take the access class and it will store the data into active tables. Okay, and here we have the other fields, prefix and package, username. This is a user like who changed it recently and changed on time, date and time. And also we have active version. Here in the data model we have active version. So what is active version? We have three different types of active versions. One is none, same, different. So if your data model is same with the previous um, active data model, then it will be in the status act is same. If you changed your data model, like you have changed some attribute in your data model and it is in inactive state, then it will be in different active version. Okay, so here we have different three different active versions, that is none, same and different. So here you can see these data models are in same active version. That means the active version is same with the previous active version. And here you have different. So why? Because they have not activated the latest changes. Okay, so the present data model and the previous version are having difference. So that's why here it is showing the different. So if you activate it with, let me activate it. If it don't have any errors, if it activates correctly, then this will change to same. So your data model, every time your data model has to be in same status on same version only. Okay, so now you can see it is in same. So that means someone has changed this ZD data model, but they haven't activated it. So that's why it went to different active version status. Okay, so relationships we'll discuss in the next class. For today, like we learned about what is a data model and what are all the objects we have in data model. Like we have like entity types, attributes we discussed, and business object type, and all this we'll discuss in the next class. Like when we discuss the UI modeling, we'll discuss that one so that you can easily understand it. And we discussed what is an active area and what is access class. So let me go to this access class. This is nothing but your SE24 class you maintain, you creates, right? So this is the same that class only. So I'm just going to the T code, note it down. SE24, this is the T code to access the classes and interfaces in SAP. Okay, so I'm giving my class here and I'm clicking on the display button. Okay, so whenever you assign your, like you make your data model as reuse data model, then it will take that access class based on the active area and it will perform all the logic available in this access class. So in this we have different types of methods. Let's take get text messages, check and determine before direct save, like before saving directly, check and determine if there are any errors or conflicts, check if classification supports change number. So we have different types of methods here. So it will whenever you use the reuse mode, this class will run in the background and it will uh, send the data from staging area to active area based on the logic available here. Okay, so here we have different types of methods like get the active change number, language code, valid from. So everything we you have, and if you have time, you can explore all these methods and everything. So you'll get to know what are all the in like logic it has. So this one is to it has a signature parameters like IT context message and ET message text. So based on the input from um, the data model, it will take the input and it will send it to the related tables. Okay, so we have different types of methods in this class, you can explore it. And so this class will trigger automatically when you use the reuse mode as your data model. So when you give the active area for your data model. Okay, so any doubts still here?
Sadhana, for the flex mode, you
Yes.
told we
Mm.
have to create our own steps, right? To move from staging to active. How does
Mm.
that follow?
So
How does that?
like not like steps. So once your CR is approved and it's activated, let's take for financials you have tables like SKA1, SKB1, like that you will be having for GL account. Okay, so once your CR is activated successfully, it will not store the direct, like let's take, I have created for finance use as the flex mode. So in that we have uh, GL account. Okay, so I created a GL account, GL account, GL1 I created. So what for GL account, what are all the standard tables we have is SKA1, SK B1 and SK80. So these are the three standard database tables we have for GL account. So it will store SKA1, SKB1, SK80 will have the GL account related information. So with flex mode, it will not directly stores the data in the SKA1, SKB1, SK80 tables. So I have created a GL account, GL1 I have created with the CR, and CR is activated successfully. Okay, so the data will be in the staging tables only. So how can I move my data from staging tables to active tables in this scenario for flexes? You can use SUA, like you can use the replication. Okay, so you can use SUA configuration like SOAP service, or you can use the RFC, or you can use file transfer or IDOC. So you can use these four processes uh, to move your data from staging tables to active tables. So you can configure your SOAP service. And like for the SOAP services, we have different types of service groups for different types of master data available. So you can based on that you can use this, or else you can use the RFC. So let's take we discuss, like we have a custom data model like employee, right? So in this you will be storing it in one, let's take an example, I am storing it in Z table underscore employee. So this is my database table. Okay, so this is my database table, Z table underscore employee. So I am using for this, let's take ZA is my data model, and for this I am using the flex mode. So I have created one employee called employee one I have created. So once the CR is activated successfully, the data will be in the staging tables only. So now I have to move my data to Z table underscore employee, right? So I can use SUA configuration, or I can use like with after activation I can use the code to modify this table. So I can modify Z table using the logic. So how you can find your data is like a CR is activated or not, it will be in the I have told you, right, there will be some standard baddies. So there is one baddie called system method caller. So you can use the system method caller baddie, and you can write your own ABAP logic, ABAP code to store data in active tables. So you can use the system method caller, and you can write your own ABAP code here, or you can use the SOAP services, like this SOAP service you can use, and iDoc you can use. Okay, so you can use this options, or else you can directly write your own ABAP code in the system method caller. Baddie. I'll show you the baddies in the next class. So first, in the next class, I will explain what is a baddie and what are all the baddies we have for MDG related, and how we can implement them. I'll explain in next class, like tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll explain. With debugging, I'll explain so that you can easily understand how it is getting triggered. So is it clear?
Yes, Sadhana.
Okay. So any questions still here? So everyone created your own decision tables, right? For two-level workflow.
Yes, Sadhana.
Okay. No, Satvika, we cannot use flex mode for material master governance, as already we have the for material master already we have the standard data model, that is which uses the reuse mode. Okay. So for the standards which are already available, or we can use, but the you can use it, but you have to have your own custom objects to do that. Okay. Yeah. So Harsha shared the answer here. Yeah, you can go through this. Okay. So any more questions? Okay. So anyone has any questions in the like creating the decision tables like single value and user agent and non-user agent? Okay. So the T code SC24 is used for accessing the classes. Okay. So same like in Java and in other programming languages, we have the classes and interfaces, right? So if you want to use, like if you want to access the class, we have the T code called SE24, and from SE24 you can access the classes. So the classes and interfaces concept is same as other programming languages. In SAP also we have the class and interface concept. Okay, so to access the classes and interfaces, you can use the T code SE24. Okay, so okay, so for today, I'm going to end here. And if you have any questions, you can ask now. So
Sadhana, what about access, system access?
yeah, like tomorrow we are getting it. So
Okay.
we'll post you that in the WhatsApp groups. We'll update you. Okay, so I think can you stop? I'll share my screen. Okay. Okay, so I'm stopping the recording. So if you have any questions, you can ask.